in order to help others realize their dreams. And the results certainly speak for themselves. Dave sincerely cares about 4Life Distributors. He wants them to succeed, and he will go to great lengths to make that happen. Today, Dave and Gabriella's organization extends to almost every country in the world where 4Life does business.
Influential, driven, fearless, successful, empowering, ambitious, strong, powerful, platinum.
Please welcome to the stage from California, USA, Platinum, International Diamonds, and President's Club members, Dave and Gabriella Daughtrey.
Thanking my Heavenly Father. I want to also thank David and Bianca, Liz and me, Steve too, the executive staff and the 4Life staff. Because without them, we wouldn't have our great 4Life business. Don't we all agree? I want to thank the love of my life and the father of 5 beautiful children. My husband, Dave Daughtrey. He is my mentor, and literally without him, I wouldn't be here. He believed in this company, as he believes in all of you. Working together, our 4Life business, we have been to over 90 countries all over the world. We have a worldwide 4Life family, and we love you all. Thank you. We have worked with many great Platinum 4Life leaders such as Rainier, Arminio, Juan, Sadiq, Sheridan, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting everyone, Yvonne, and our new Platinum, Dr. Edward and his wife. I know I'm forgetting some, but I'm so nervous. Thank my husband again. I want to introduce my mentor and the love of my life, Dave Daughtrey.
Hello, 4Life family! I'm the one that's doing all the whistling. Okay, I just want to share my story with you today. I get a feeling in this convention that this has been a convention of gratitude. You know, everyone's extremely grateful for all we have. A little bit about myself. I began in this industry of network marketing in 34 years ago. I was 21. I turned double nickel. I'm 55 now. And I feel 22. So thanks to Renuvo and our ProTF protein. So I joined 4Life in a different way. I did not have a sponsor. I was broke. It was 1998. I was living in a small little apartment, a studio apartment that I could not even afford, and a gracious friend of mine helped pay the $400 a month deposit and the first rent of $400, and I slept on the floor. I had no car. And I also had a condition called Crohn's disease. I was very ill at the time. And one day, I received a knock on the door, and there was an envelope with a bottle of Transfer Factor Classic. I received it from the Chief Scientific Officer of 4Life Research, who I'm extremely grateful for. He's retired last year, Dr. Calvin McCausland. I met him in 1993. And I looked at this product, I read the material, looked at the product, and I started taking it immediately. Why? Because I believed in him. I trusted him. There's a saying, if someone likes you, they'll buy something from you. If they trust you, they'll do business with you. And I trusted him. So I started taking the product in 1998 when the company first opened. And it changed my life physically. I've not even had any symptoms of my condition now in 16 plus years. I feel great. So I'm so grateful for that. Now, you can have the best product in the world. And this has happened to me before, years and years ago. You can have a good product, but what's important is who's running this company. Because we all depend on our executives. We have got the best executives in the world. I love these guys. Let's give them a hand. My life changed because I was able to fly up to Utah back in 1998 and meet David Lisenby and spend a day with him personally. But I would not have been able to do that if it was not for the same individual who helped pay that $400 a month rent and the deposit for that apartment. He helped buy my ticket so I could go to Utah. Gabby went with me. We were dating at the time. I was single. We were dating, and she bought her ticket, and I borrowed money from my friend to get my ticket. Gabby even paid for our first date when we went. I had no money. So go to Utah. That day changed my life. I knew, with or without me, 4Life was going to be a successful company. So I was just going to be a messenger and share it with people. So I come back home in my little apartment. I had no car. I get on the phone. And that was my tool. I was talking to people. I worked cold. I didn't have a bunch of people that I could bring from another company. I didn't have a group of people. I started cold. When I called Jeff, where's my brother Jeff? Jeff, I love you, buddy. I called Jeff, and it was a cold call. And he was always painting his house or watering his garden, but we got to talk and got to know each other. The first thing people buy is you. You need to gain their trust. When they believe in you, then they'll join you and do business with you. So, as I'm talking on the phone, the very same friend who paid for my apartment, who paid for my ticket to go to Utah, he came over and he said, man, you're working so hard every day, talking. And I said, yeah, my tongue hurts, I'm talking so much. And that's when I was talking to people. He says, you know, let's get you a car. And he put up the money so I could buy what I call my little tomato. Most of you heard this story. And it was a little teeny Toyota Corolla. And I called it a tomato because it was supposed to be red, but it was opaque because it sat in the sun. It was all faded. It was an old car, but he put up the $5,000 to get the car. Well, I hadn't seen this gentleman for over 10 years, and he's here today. And I want to say thank you. And I would probably not even be here if it wasn't for that man who helped me get started. Hector Bermudez, where are you? Hector. Hector, stand up. Thank you. I love you. Thank you. And that's how I joined 4Life, because a friend reached out and helped me get started. So I come home, I'm picking up the phone, calling people, talk to Jeff, got Jeff into the business. The way I like to build is through other people. You see, when you start working, we all say, let's work your warm market. It's important to tell your warm market, introduce them to your business and what you're doing, because when you become international or presidential or national gold and platinum, you don't want them to say, well, why didn't you tell me? Okay, so you tell your warm market, but understand something. The people that know you are going to judge you the most. They're the ones that are going to tell you, you've never done it before, so what's going to make this any different? You see, they don't believe you. So you kind of have to prove it to them. I felt the same way because I had gone through a number of failures, but I learned from all of those. And one thing I learned from my trainer, Thor, and I have to thank Thor because a lot of my transformation is because he's helped me. You see, I haven't done it alone, you see, and that's like this business. You don't do it alone. You do it together. You do it with people. We need each other, guys. I need you, you need me. We all need each other. We're a family here. And so, as I got started in my business, my goal was to get into other people's circle of influence. Your people, my presentation. My mentor taught me the art of presenting, how important it is to present. So you need to know your company, just like Manny Ramirez's wife had said when she was up here, and I apologize, I forget her name. But she had said, know your product, know your company. If you cannot give me 8 bullet points about our company, 4Life, then you really can't present. You should be able to say things like, we were the 15th fastest growing company in America. We've got 24 offices around the world. There's a lot of bullet points. Write them down. memorize them. What is our product? Know the transfer factor story. What are the benefits of our product? Know the benefits. You're going to talk to people. You're going to share it. Each time you present, you get better and better and better. I was talking to little old ladies on the phone, and I had one little old lady. She was in her 90s, and she said, "Gosh, you've been so kind and gracious. I feel like I should buy something." And I said, "Should." And she did. She bought a bottle of transfer factor. But every time I presented, I got better and better and better. And that's what you do. And I learned from my trainer Thor that in order to succeed, if you want to change your physique and you want to look good and feel good and get muscular and all that, you have to fail. And I'm a perfectionist. So when I would go to work out, I'd be like, "I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this." And he would always tell me, "Look, I'm going to make you fail. If you fail, you're going to gain." And that's how our business is. Not everybody you talk to is going to say, "Oh, yeah, let's go." In fact, the ones that usually say, "Oh, come on, I'm going to make you a millionaire," end up doing nothing. And it's the ones that are quiet, and they stand back and they think about it a little bit, and analyze and look at it. When they make a decision, they're ready to go, you see. So I work through other people, and that's what I did. When I sponsored Jeff Outgilbers, he led me to someone who led me to someone who led me to someone who led me to Edgar Mojica, calls me on the phone and says, "Hey, there's this gentleman in Puerto Rico, Ramiro Nevarez. He speaks Spanish." I said, "Yo soy gringo, pero hablo español." So I went to Puerto Rico and started doing meetings. And the first meeting, I think we had Rafaela, Juan Rosado, we had Ivan, and of course Arminio, and that's how it began. And so for 4 years, traveling back and forth and back, and then I get a phone call from Dr. Pedro Torres. Pedro, if you're here, I love you too. Esdras Cabrera. He called me on the phone. "Come on, you're in Puerto Rico, come over to the Dominican." So jump over to the Dominican Republic. Your people, my presentation. I get a call from New Zealand. Talked to a gentleman over there. He was in another company that went down. And you see, I call that catching them in between. Dr. Ramiro Nevarez, Ivan, I know for sure Juan, and they were in other network marketing companies before. Companies had failed them, but they still had their dreams. I call that catching them in between. Keep your eyes and ears open. If you hear a company that has gone down, those distributors are looking for a home. Is 4Life a good home? Bring them on in. So keep your eyes and ears to the ground. So this gentleman in New Zealand was with the company, went down, he calls me up, experienced networker. I said, "Hey, great, I'm making a little bit of money now. I'll buy the ticket and go to New Zealand." And New Zealand was really the first country 4Life opened, and then Japan. And so go to New Zealand. I've been in 90 countries now, traveling around. But what am I doing now? Now I'm working the USA market, the English market. That's where my guns are focused. So if you're interested in working that market with me, I've got a whole system put in place in English to help anybody. It doesn't matter what team you're on and so forth. I want to help anybody that wants to learn. That's what I'm here for. So, and I also want to say, we need to understand something. In this business, it has, in a way, it has kind of gone sideways. For 34 years, as I mentioned, I've been doing this. I've seen a lot of companies. And a lot of companies are focusing on young people, but they're overselling and they're under-delivering. And Giselle said something in the YEM meeting yesterday. All of the YEM group, come on, where are you? Yeah. You guys are our future. You're our future. And it's important that you do this business the correct way. Because if you oversell and underdeliver, people get this expectation, it doesn't come true, and they leave and they say 4Life doesn't work. So you need to show people the real way to build this business. There is a process. You cannot shortcut or circumvent the process to building. That would be like trying to throw a bunch of bricks together and have a house. Understand, if you want to build a skyscraper, you must build a foundation first. Isn't it interesting that you dig a hole, you build a foundation, once it's done, every single day a new floor goes up. I've driven down the street and said, "Whoa, where'd that building come from?" You know, and every day it grew. That's how this business is. You start by building your foundation. So you guys, I love you all. I'm so grateful for all of you. You know, we're one big family. Let's do this together. Let's build this company. Let's protect our company. I'm very protective of 4Life because I do not want to look for another home. I love these guys. I love you all. If you are interested in what I'm doing, with my system in English and participating, the website I have is go4dna.com, number 4, go4dna.com. Stands for the Diamond Networkers Alliance. It's not like a team, it is a team, but in the sense it's an alliance. Anybody can participate and use the tools. Understand something. I want to end by saying this. Everybody, clasp your hands together. Clasp your hands together. How many of you have your left thumb on top? Raise your hand. Left thumb on top. Okay? How many of you have your right thumb on top? Doesn't matter, does it? We all got to clasp our hands. Network marketing is the same way. There is no one way to network. There's so many tools, and there's social media. But social media does not, it's a great way for first exposure. It's a great way to communicate. But there's no substitute for a handshake and a hug and being with someone and participating and working with them. You must be involved. Involvement creates commitment. Stay committed. Every day you need to think about your business and do something. If you don't, days go by, weeks go by, months go by, next thing you know, you're completely inactive. Stay involved, and last of all, knowledge creates confidence. Confidence creates action. Action will bring results to your business. So continue to put bread in your head and learn. And learn from everybody. It doesn't matter whether there's a platinum. We all started from the very beginning too. What matters is that whoever is speaking, there's always something we can learn from them. I learn from you guys. I don't make up anything myself, really. I'm a good copycat. That's what I feel I am. I hear something, I process it with my personality, and put it together and share it with others. You guys, thank you. I love you all. Thank you.
Now, one of the most powerful 4Life stories is that of Platinum International Diamond Juan Rosado.